Hey, what's up guys? Colin here, and I am coming at you on my new YouTube channel as promised. I told everybody on Facebook today that I'll be doing a question and answer, and so here I am. The first question is from David, and he asked, Colin, what do you think the funniest movie ever made was? And I think I have to go with the original Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey. They tried to remake it with some other actors that didn't do as well. And then they did a Dumb and Dumber 2, and it was horrible. It was so stupid, it was not even funny. But the original Dumb and Dumber was freaking awesome. I could quote that whole movie. I love it. Yeah, that would have to be my favorite. You sold a dead bird to a blind kid? Alright, Philip Brown asks, hey Colin, when's your next big shoot? That's a good question, Philip. I got stuff going on all the time. Like next week, I'm going to the Middle East. Excited for that, doing a Army USO tour with Eric the Trainer and CT Fletcher. Really excited about that. It's not really hitting on your question about when's the next shoot. I'm flying to New York when I get back in mid-November, and I'll be doing a photo shoot and a video shoot up there. So I'll have some new content real soon. But I can't say who's for. It's a secret. Lou asks, Colin, what do you drive? I drive a Porsche Panamera. It's the 4-door. I love it. I've owned a lot of nice cars. BMW 650, BMW 745, BMW Z4, Cadillac Escalade EXT, just to name a few. But hands down, my Porsche Panamera is my favorite car that I've owned so far. Highly recommend it. And if you live in the North Alabama area, my dad's actually a car salesman for BMW, which is probably why I own so many of them. Yeah, so he's at Century Auto. Just ask for Carl. Thanks, Lou, for your question. The next question comes from Patricia Edwards, and she asked, when does your calendar come out, and can it get in the UK? It's a good question. And honestly, right now, I'm working on getting it created. I put out, so the past 3 years, I've put out a calendar every year. So this will be my third year. And I think that it's going to be my best year yet. I'm really excited to actually get this one put out. There's going to be 2 different calendars. One is fitness themed calendar with motivational quotes that I come up with, and also famous quotes and inspirational quotes. Also, the other one's just going to be, your standard Halloween calendar that's more modeling pictures. I'll use photographers from around the world, exclusive images specifically for this calendar, and yeah, really looking forward to it. But I'm hoping to get that out at the beginning of November, hopefully. That's the intent. Fingers crossed, but for sure, sometime in November. We're going to do a 30-day pre-order, and then I'll make sure that it gets to you before the new year. And yes, I do ship to anywhere in the world. So no matter where you live, I have a flat rate shipping, domestic if you're in the United States, and then I have international shipping, whether you live in India or Australia or the UK. It doesn't matter to me. I'll make sure that it gets to you. So yeah, good question, Patricia. The next question comes from, I hope I pronounce it right, Lacey, I guess. Lacey, something, I don't know. Hey Colin, what exercises do you think is best for building mass on the upper chest? Good question. I actually get asked this a good bit. To build your upper chest, you want to train a lot of incline movements. So 90% of my chest days are specific towards incline. And I'll do a lot of supersets. So I'll do a lot of repetitions, try to push as much blood flow to that area. And that gives you that Arnold illusion, where you have like a really big upper chest. Because your lower chest is already mostly developed for most people. But to give you that fullness, you want to really hit that upper chest because it's one of the harder, it's really hard to develop and for it to look right. So incline movements, incline flies, incline press, incline dumbbell press, dumbbell flies. There's so many different variations that you can do with that. Yeah, just a ton of incline. Everything you can think of, hit incline. I do about a 90% ratio of incline to flat or decline. So, good question. Let's see, the next question is from Kelsey Monroe, and she asks, "Sweet hat, what clothing company is that?" I had a Aesthetic Revolution hat on. Obviously I don't right now, but this is the beanie. But this is the same clothing company. This is Aesthetic Revolution. It's a new company that I'm working with. He's a good friend of mine, the owner, Jay. I love that his clothing line is geared towards fashion and fitness, and it's the clothing is just great material. I wish you could feel it, but it's nice, like high-end quality material. Yeah, he really does justice to his clothing line. So Aesthetic Revolution, I will post a link and you can check it out in the caption below. So yeah, this is what I have on right now. Jay is actually younger than me, so he's around 24, 25. And honestly, I love young entrepreneurs that take big risk and it ends up paying off for them. So big props to Jay with his company, Aesthetic Revolution. It's an honor to be with your company. The next question is from John, and he asks, "When are you going to start your acting career?" Good question, John. I have no clue. I don't know. I'm really a guy that chases my passion. I don't know if I have the passion or drive to be an actor, because I don't really want to be. Like, honestly, if I could do anything, I would run a company, have a team of people that are on it, very like-minded, similar, and just run a company from the back end, to be honest. Or if I wasn't doing this, I'd love to be a police officer or like a state trooper or a U.S. Marshal. And I have no clue, John, to answer your question. I kind of go both ways. I don't know if I really want to do that. If I did do acting, I would like to do more of like the action side, the wars, war movies, something like that has a common interest with what I have done in the past and what I enjoy doing. That's more action oriented. So maybe if something like that pops up, I'd love to do it. But until then, I don't know. I mean, Channing Tatum did live about an hour and a half from me, about an hour away from me in Colin, Alabama. So some big talent names coming out of Alabama, and maybe one day I'll be as big as Channing. Who knows? Palkit Shamara, or Sharma, however you pronounce your name, brother, just asked me a good question. Why did I leave Shredz? Good question. I want to address this because I think that it's important for people to understand their own worth. I left Shredz for multiple reasons. The primary reason was that the content that they were making me post was not organic to my page. I'm very particular about the content that's posted, and I want it to look as organic as possible. It's not that I didn't believe in the products, I didn't like the marketing approach to it and the way that they were going. So I also left them because I didn't have equity in the company. A year from now, 5 years from now, what happens if they just cut my contract? I don't know what's going to happen. So you have to look ahead. I mean, where are you going to be a few years from now? Do you know? Do you have a plan in place? Are you carrying out that plan? This is something that you seriously need to think about, because for me, I don't want to just be a fitness model a year from now, 5 years from now. You have to look ahead. If I'm doing exactly what I'm doing right now, something is wrong. I should be working towards something so much bigger than this. Whether it's being a successful actor and transitioning out of what I'm doing now, this should be a stepping stone into doing something else and not just settling. But this can relate to so many different people that you should never just settle. You should always take a leap of faith and chase your dreams, and just follow your heart. And you can be successful if you put your mind to it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared when I left them, because it was a big comfort zone. You know, they locked me in where I was afraid to go anywhere else, because they offer you a great salary and then you're scared to do anything outside of this. I look at it as this tight circle. And inside that circle, they offer you a lot of great things. And there's some good people. I have nothing against the executives, Arvin, Ankur, Sean. They're great people, great executives. I have nothing wrong with them to say. But my biggest issue is they would lock you in this circle and would not allow you to do anything outside of it. So, you know, they own multiple companies, and they would let you be a part of those. But if something else popped up and it wasn't monetizing for them, they would say, no, you can't do that, even though it wasn't a conflict of interest. Once I stepped foot outside that comfort zone, that circle, there was a whole world that opened up. And there's so much out there, but you have to take that leap of faith. Because honestly, I'm at a better place right now, and if I hadn't left that comfort circle, I don't know where I would be. You can be terminated just like that. You have your whole family, you have everything relying on you. All the burden is on you, and you have no control over it. What if they went bankrupt? What happens? That affects everybody. It affects me, but it affects my family. Affects the house that I'm living in, affects the car. Everything is riding on one company, and you cannot do that. If you want to be successful, you have to have your hand in multiple areas and not be afraid of something failing. You should never be afraid of that, and you should always have your hand in multiple pots. Whether that's inside of fitness, outside of fitness, it doesn't matter. You could take this and run with it in so many different directions. But for me, it just wasn't working out, so I hope that addressed your question. Let me see, I think I got 2 or 3 more questions. Cindy just asked, how are you doing with adjusting being back in Alabama? I love it. You know, there's no place like home. And no, it's good to be back. It's really good to be back. I have my son now all the time. And so it's really a blessing. It's so easy to forget about the things that, it's just easy to forget how important those things are. You know, I left for a purpose. I left to go to California thinking in my head that I want to take my career to the next level, and by doing this, I can advance it, and this isn't a long-term move. I planned on coming back the whole time, but obviously not that fast. I was only gone like 5 months. So, but I've came to a realization within myself of what's truly important, and that's family. That's spending quality time that you can never get back. You know, my son is everything to me, and I'd do anything for him, and I love him, and I left with a good purpose to make a better career for myself. And I'm glad that I'm back in Alabama so that I can spend more time with him. And I think that it was the right move to be back. So because I can travel as needed, I just won't be gone all the time. This will be my primary place that I live. And then as needed, I can travel around the country or wherever I need to go as needed. So Heather asked, how many tattoos do you have and where? It's a good question. I guess I have 3 tattoos that are this is one, and it says these colors don't run. And then I have this one, and this is the Fallen Soldier Memorial. And then I have this one, which is a whole sleeve. It's got the cross right here, the praying hands on the back, a dove, another dove, tribal Jesus, and an angel, another angel, and then a rose. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this question and answer segment. Until next time, peace out.